Hi, he's Ron.
He's Raj. We're the Scanlon Boys.
Where are we going, Ron, and why?
Well, it's like one of the things we thought about, it's like, there was a movie, The Long Way Around. They went from England up through Russia to Mongolia. It's like
I'm betting there's a reason we're not going there.
we ain't going there. It's like my wife isn't happy about this. Oh my goodness, that'd be the end of that. So then, where can you go? It's like, the furthest place you can get from here is the tip of South America, and Ushuaia, which is the town that's the furthest south in South America, and it's also the furthest town that you can drive to as far as south in the world. And so you
can get on a boat there and go to Antarctica.
Yeah.
So that's the port.
There's penguins there. Yeah, that's far south. And so it's like, we really don't want to travel major highways, gravel roads. And so Roger has a son that lives in San Diego. So we'll go to San Diego, and then
we're gonna do work on the bikes there. We're gonna change tires, change oil, change air filter, have the bike inspected.
Yeah. So we're ready to go. We go into Mexico with everything, and then both of our bikes have the same wear and tear on the tires.
He does all the planning. He does very good at it. I do all the fixing, all the stuff that goes on the bike. We have to have bikes that are identical. The reason we have to have bikes identical because I have mine apart to know how to put it back together. It lets me know how to fix his bike. So just the facts.
Yeah, very very true. And so we'll go to San Diego. We're still undecided whether we're going to go out Baja. We'll probably go out the tip of Baja and then take a ferry back over to the mainland. There's another option going on around the other side of the Gulf of California, and so we're still in the planning stages for that part of it, but probably go out to Baja and then a ferry over to the mainland. We want to do the Copper Canyon in Mexico, which is a remote canyon, kind of like the Grand Canyon. And then down the west side of Mexico.
You can ride the walls of the canyon is the idea. You don't necessarily happen anywhere else.
Yeah, where the Grand Canyon is like there's no roads that go down to the bottom. Well, the Copper Canyon, there's a small town there. And so that's that plan, and then down the west side of Mexico, and then through Central America, excluding San Salvador. And San Salvador is it'd be 2 extra border crossings, which burns more time, and then there's extra money to get across the border, and it's not maybe the safest place in the world, and so we'll stay in Honduras and not go through El Salvador. And then down to the bottom of Central America. And then doing the research for this, I had no idea. It's like the next place there is called the Darien Gap. You go south of Panama, there are no roads that go through. And so you need to put your bike on a airplane or a ferry to get to Colombia. And so a ferry would be less expensive. So we'll put our bike on a ferry and
we're not rich boys.
And so the town you go to is Cartagena, which is a port city. And then through Colombia and Ecuador, Peru, and then Chile, and then at the very tip is Argentina, and then
back and forth from Argentina and Chile, back and forth across the border.
Yeah, you go back and forth towards the very southern tip of South America, and then at that point it's like, we really don't want to ride our bikes home. It's like we'll have been gone for 4 months. That's a lot longer than what some people think is reasonable.
5 months I wouldn't be married anymore. 4 months I may not be married anymore.
So the nearest big city is Buenos Aires, and so we'll go up to Buenos Aires. What's another 5? Yeah, it's 500 miles.
Yeah,
and then we'll ship our bikes home from there, but they'll go to wherever it's cheapest. They'll go to Florida or Texas, and we'll fly home. And then when our bikes get to a port city there, we'll fly there and then ride the bikes home from there. But we're not riding the bikes home from South America. You really can't go through on the east side of South America. It's not a good route because you have the Amazon, and it's a bunch of ferry crossings and swamp, and then you're forced to go through Venezuela. Well, Venezuela is going through a civil war right now, and so that's not doable anyway. And 4 months is more than plenty. And so that's the plan for our route and why.
Cool. Well, he's Ron.
He's Raj.
Living life
with no regrets.